Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Bad Guitars Podcast. My name is Andrew.
And my name is Guy.
And this is episode 31.
Damn.
Yeah, how about that?
Wow. That's a lot.
So, for those that are possibly new to the channel, we do a weekly show here.
Huh? I say welcome.
Welcome. We do a weekly show here where we talk about all things guitars, instruments, pedals, amps, whatever. News from the, gear industry.
Yeah.
Even news from artists, here and there. But usually it's just gear focused, Let's see. What's new this week?
I don't know. Do we have anything?
Well, we each did a video.
Oh, yeah.
On our own personal stuff. I did a video on, what did I do this week? Was it the Les Paul video?
God, I don't know.
Yeah, I did a video, I think, on it's been such a long week. On the Les Paul that I recently got. We covered it on the show a couple weeks back. I kind of showed it a little bit. So I did a full-length video on it.
He didn't want more guitars.
Yeah, that's how it happens.
Mm.
And then Kat did her first solo video for the channel. You want to talk about that a little bit?
No, I'm just learning how to play the guitar.
Yeah, I think it was a funny little video, though. I mean...
But you see, it's supposed to be like my journey learning to play the guitar.
Yeah, but you try to make it funny too.
You're like, oh, that was a funny little video.
Well, no, you were laughing throughout the video.
I mean, because it's difficult to be an adult learning to play the guitar for the first time. Like usually that happens when you're a kid. It's never too late though.
Yeah, I mean anybody can start at any time.
It's never too late.
This is actually your third time starting?
I think so.
And you cover that in the video that you started when you were a teenager and then picked it back up about, what was that, like about 2 years ago when you got your guitars.
The guitar.
So she has a Yamaha acoustic, and then if you could see it hanging back here, the Yamaha Pacifica is also Kat's. So she got those around the same time, about 2 years ago.
To learn.
Started learning, and I think what happened was just our son started getting more active around that time. When he was a newborn, it was easy to like put him down for bed for the night, and then
you were teaching me back
then,
then, though.
But you're pretty much starting all over again because it's hard to retain that information when you stop.
I don't remember what we had learned.
You had a couple chords. I think you were already working on a song or two, and then
I don't know. I mean, we're starting again. It's never too late. You know what? I have an uncle though. I don't know if I had told you this, but when my uncle retired, like he was like 65. He picked up on a guitar, and now he's like really good playing the guitar though.
Yeah.
So it's just an example that it's never too late to like gear and music equipment and play the guitar.
Yeah, and it's something where you never really stop learning either. With any instrument, you always learn something new.
So that's what I'm doing now.
Yeah. As far as the regular news and stuff, new pedal releases or whatever that we usually cover. Not a whole lot this week, or at least if there was, I didn't really find it.
What do you think that is, though?
I don't know. It's crazy stuff going on in the world right now. It could just be coincidental. We've had some weeks where there's not that much stuff going on.
Well, yeah. What is it, March?
Yeah, it's March.
What is like a popular month for the pedals?
I don't really know. It seems like around the holidays, and then
what's the big event?
What was it this last year? It was like Black Friday.
Not Black Friday. When the NAMM.
Oh, NAMM.
Like, is it about
so leading up to NAMM, around NAMM, which is early January, mid January, and then actually it might even be the last week of January. I don't know. So around NAMM, and then I would say the real big one is a lot of people put out special edition versions of pedals for Black Friday. So that time of year, pretty much like November all the way through to January.
And then it's just a little bit slow.
Yeah, because we haven't really been doing this even a full year yet, so we haven't seen like really the trends. And I've always been a fan of collecting gear and checking out new stuff when it comes out. Like reading about everything I can when it comes out. But I never really followed the trends of like when this stuff comes out and like,
I guess it's something that we had to watch out for now.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot this week.
Yeah, not a whole lot.
What do you have?
Let's start with this one. So there's some new Japanese Fenders.
Oh my gosh, it looks beautiful.
Which I just realized too when I opened up this page. We forgot to cover it. I meant to cover it few weeks back, and then we missed it, and then the next week I was like, oh, let's cover this, and then I still missed it.
What?
I showed you the picture. It was, I think I have it saved on my phone in case we can't find it online. The Fender Starmaster. Did we end up covering that one?
I don't even know.
It was a Japanese exclusive. I'll load it up real quick.
Okay.
So it was a Japanese exclusive. Maybe we did cover this. Or it's a Jazzmaster, but it has the Starcaster headstock. And I think that's the only real difference. I think it's just a regular Jazzmaster, but like I said, with that headstock.
The black one looks good.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't remember if I covered that or not.
Yeah, but it was a Japanese exclusive. We don't need to go into detail on that one, but there's another new Japanese exclusive that's out.
That one that you have on the screen right now is beautiful.
Let's see. So this is from GuitarWorld.com.
Okay.
Captures the essence of cherry blossoms. The new Fender Japan for 2025. It's breathtaking electric guitar with the Sakura Telecaster.
Is Sakura Telecaster like another type of body for the guitars?
No, just Sakura, like the cherry blossom.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the name of the cherry blossom in Japan. Let's see. Fender Japan has expanded its range quite distinctly. Offering the Sakura Telecaster, jaw-dropping electric guitar inspired by the country's trademark cherry blossoms. 3 different variations on the finish, each named after a different phase of the Japanese spring.
How much?
I don't know yet.
I actually do like one of those.
Okay, yeah, it says there are 2 blue/pink variants. The Hatsuzakura, which is the first cherry blossoms of the new year. And then the Oun? How would you pronounce it? Oun? Which is the cherry blossom clouds. While I'm gonna butcher this one too. Ukaraman, which is the cherry blossoms in full bloom, which opts for a white aesthetic. So I think it goes from right to left right there.
So first cherry is the first one, then cherry blossom clouds. And
then this one on the left is the final phase.
Yeah, the cherry blossoms in full bloom.
So actually, I think it's the middle one, and then the one on the right, and then the one on the left. Does that sound right? Or
first cherry? I don't know.
It's hard to tell.
Now I don't know. Cherry blossom clouds.
We know for sure the one on the left is the final phase.
Yeah.
All right. So all 3 boast headstocks that match the overall theme of the guitar. Oh, I didn't even notice that the headstocks match. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Nice.
They match the overall theme and transparent pick guards. Oh, I thought they just didn't have pick guards. Okay.
Oh, that is so cool.
So let's see. Combined with the black binding, the overall effect is like a manga come to life as a guitar. Let's see. Guitar World colleague of the author of this article. Okay. So Matt Owen from Guitar World.
Yeah.
Described the finish as calming, like if a guitar looked like therapy.
Okay.
Spec-wise, the guitar leans fairly traditional. We're talking about an Oliver body, vintage-style tele pickups, vintage tuners, 3-saddle bridge, 9.5-inch radius, rosewood fingerboard, and narrow tail frets. Fender Japan trademark satin finish on the U-shaped neck is the most contemporary addition. Finally, guitars have identical white finishes on the rear, and proudly bear a Japan Tokyo Harajuku neck plate. Harajuku. Let's see. The body's top is stunning design, captures the essence of cherry blossom. Okay, so it's just the statement from Fender Japan. They go on sale March 21st from Fender's Japan online store. Like Fender Japan's other art-inspired models, it's limited edition, only available in Japan. Can't buy it here. Retails for 198,000 yen, which is approximately $1,330. Get us over to, dang.
Aww.
There are probably people that fly over to Japan just to buy these.
I would like one of those, though.
Yeah.
Go back, I show you which one I like.
Which one do you like? I think I know, but which one?
Which one do you think I like?
This one? The white one?
No.
No? The middle one?
No.
No, the one with the clouds.
That one with the clouds.
Okay.
I think it's beautiful.
I like the white one with the full bloom.
No.
Now,
what?
I don't know if you know this because you're still fairly new to guitars and stuff.
Here we go again.
But I feel like we've talked about it.
One.
No, I feel like we've talked about it a lot though.
What?
That
First year student here.
first year student. Well, technically you're on your second year now because we started in 2024.
Haven't made much progress.
So Fender Japan, I mean, the Japanese Fenders are usually considered like the highest quality out of all of them. Because everything out of Japan is handcrafted like really well, you know. Not just guitars, but like everything they do. It's always well done. Oh, there's the back plate that they were talking about.
I wonder why it's just sold in Japan.
Because it's a Japanese-made exclusive. Most of the Fender Japan ones only sell there.
Are just there.
Like they had the Japanese Hello Kitty Strat.
Oh my gosh,
I've
seen that.
Here they had the Squire ones in that last reissue, but in Japan they had the actual Fender one.
Those look beautiful though.
Yeah.
Well, that is really sad.
So we won't be getting those. So that's pretty cool.
I will use my Sweetwater card to buy me one.
You're not gonna find that on Sweetwater. Although you can get a custom shop off of
but it wouldn't be that one.
Hold on, but they're gonna have some good ones. Let's go.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna go to Sweetwater for that?
Yeah.
Are you gonna get me into buying a guitar?
You wanted it.
No, I say if that guitar, the one with the clouds, was on Sweetwater, I will use my Sweetwater card to buy the guitar.
Oh, they definitely don't.
No, that's what we just saw.
I just want to show you what some of the custom shops.
Oh my gosh,
so
the Fender custom shop, the 72 Telecaster, that's beautiful.
Which one is that? Which one are you looking
Thin
at?
Line Rosewood Relic.
Oh, that is hideous.
H blue
flower.
flower.
Man, that is a hideous guitar.
What do you mean?
The flower design.
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful.
Maybe if it wasn't on that blue finish, or if it was a Strat or something, maybe instead of a thin line telly.
That is beautiful.
Do you remember? I'm not gonna look for it now. But do you remember that custom shop? I'm gonna look for it right now.
Oh my!
We'll come back to it. We'll come back to this one.
Do you know what I just remember?
What's
it just came to my mind.
Yeah.
So when we got married, you had like awful bed sheets, and I went to Dark and I bought a bed sheet.
Yeah.
And it was like those flowers.
Oh, do we still have those? Yeah. I think that's why I don't like it. Oh, this is it.
And you're right home. And I'm like, what do you think? Like, I'm so excited. Those flowers look exactly like the flowers on the guitar. Yeah. And you're like, huh? Like, you, right away, you could tell, like, you didn't like that shit.
I still don't like it.
I thought those were I still had those shits. Oh, that's insane.
You haven't put them on the bed in a long time.
I still don't like them.
I like my sheets to be just a plain color.
That's stupid.
All right, so Music Zoo exclusive. Did we talk about this on the show, or did we just talk about it outside of the show?
Probably outside of the show, because I remember we talking shit, or I was talking shit.
It's a custom shop 1957 Stratocaster, master built by Jason Smith, and it is available only at the Music Zoo in Hacksaw Relic. So we'll show this one on the screen too. You have a piece of gaffing tape over where the middle pickup would be. Bridge pickup is an angled humbucker. You got a regular Strat pickup in the neck position. You know, Relic style, traditional stuff. You have rusted screws to make it look older. You got the worn out fretboard, worn out finish. You get this Floyd Rose kind of bridge thing. The toggle switch the 5-way switch is replaced with a toggle, like you would see on like a Les Paul or Jaguar or Jazzmaster, whatever. And then it looks like you have just a volume knob, which is a skull. And then they filled in the holes on the pick guard with like some kind of like, what do you think those are?
I don't know.
There's some like round circles filling the.
I know when you showed me that, I took so much shit.
They're like metal studs that are filling the other two holes for the volume and tones. And then you have one screw that's it's got like a weird washer on it, and the pick guard is cracked. And they want how much for this?
$10,000.
$10,600.
Listen, all the respect to the master builder. Like you're a master builder for a reason. That's totally fine. But that shit, I'm not gonna pay $10,000 for that.
The thing is, like
tape on it, no.
And the thing is, it is a custom shop Fender, so it's going to be a very high quality instrument to hold and play and feel.
I guess.
But
Looks like crap.
This is something you like. This is something that, like the Eddie Van Halen thing, where he put together like the Frankenstrat thing, where it's just a bunch of like parts that he slapped together, and it didn't look good. But then, because it's what he used, a lot of people, have copied that.
No,
over
like
the years.
I do understand, but like the screw, the tape, the finish.
Like I'm saying, this is something that you could make look better at home with like a Mexican Strat.
Dude, I can take one of your guitars and do the same. The only difference is that I'm not a master builder, but same result.
And a lot of people, this is like a controversial thing for a lot of guitarists. Is like a lot of people think like it's like. The whole like military stolen valor thing, where you're like, you're not really a veteran, but you say you are.
Oh.
When it's a Relic guitar that's made to look Relic, it's not actually been through some shit. So that's a widely, controversial thing for guitarists, I guess. I mean, I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna buy a guitar.
I wouldn't invest that amount of money. I'm sorry.
Has half the paint sanded off intentionally. Or it's like buying distressed jeans that already have the holes in them. I'm not going to spend money on that.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. But again,
respect,
I'm sure it's a great guitar and it sounds probably really good and probably plays amazing. But that level of custom shop, that's not what I would be looking for if I was going to get a custom shop. So let's go back over to the Sweetwater ones real quick.
Of course. I already told you which one I think is nice, and you're already shitting on it.
I mean, are you going to buy that one? Are you going to buy that one for $155 a month with your Sweetwater card?
Yeah, no.
So if you look, they're not all Relic guitars. Like,
no,
look that one's super Relic. It's $6,500.
That one, the custom shop 1963 Stratocaster, the super heavy Relic electric guitar. One? I like the way that one looks.
See, that one is made to look like a guitar that was refinished, too, because it has the sunburst down there, and then it has the blue.
That one looks kind of cool.
And, of course, it has the parts where the paint is completely gone. I like this yellow off-white.
That looks like guitars
Strat.
that you have had in the past.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, a new one.
Which one?
The GT11 Heavy Relic Stratocaster.
That one looks okay.
Oh my
For
gosh,
a Relic, that
that's
looks okay.
A nice color.
Yeah. I like the Telecaster next to it. Pretty cool.
Okay, what else do they have?
So I like the Telecasters with the Bigsby's. I think those are really cool. This one's the Postmodern Custom Shop Journeyman Relic. I don't see any relicing done on that one, but yeah, they got like 7 pages of custom shops. Dang.
Go to the 7th page.
Go to the 7th. Well,
yeah, I don't want to watch all of them.
Well, do you want me to go price low to high? So you can see what the cheapest custom shop is versus the most expensive. Well, look at that bass. Look at that Time Machine bass, 64 precision. Really cool.
Yeah, go low to high, so we know which one is.
Oh, there's one with a price drop. They got a price drop. Nah, there's nothing special about that one. It's just Sherwood Green. All right. Let's go high to low first.
Of course, you always want
15,000. That's your most expensive.
Jesus Christ!
And it is the Michael Landau custom shop. So it's a replica of the one that he has. Coma, yeah. This is a replica of his guitar, where it originally had like a Floyd Rose style bridge, but then they swapped it out with like an actual Strat bridge. Looks like a wide range humbucker in the
Did the right coma on it, then sand it down, or what's up?
It's probably like I don't know. I have no idea. But you got noiseless pickups, and then the looks like probably like the Cunife.
How much is that?
15,000.
Jeez. Okay.
Yeah. I wonder if it's actually autographed too, because like a lot of the Fender signatures, they always have like the artist, like a stamp of his signature or whatever. But that one's cool.
12,000.
Dang.
Oh my gosh.
All right, let's go low to high. It's probably gonna be like 4,000 is the cheapest. Nope. Oh,
3,000.
Hey.
Wow.
And that just looks like a 60s style
Stratocaster.
new old stock electric guitar. Okay.
Okay. It looks pretty normal though.
Yeah.
Wait, that pink one looks nice.
That's the same. That's the same one, just with a different. That's like Paisley's, isn't it?
68 Paisley Telecaster.
That's not terrible.
Oh, never mind. Never mind. I don't like it.
No.
No, that's kind of ugly.
Yeah, it looks like a bandana.
From here, it looked nice, and then you open it.
So how do you know what's in stock then? I mean, are they all going to be back ordered? Yeah.
Oh, damn.
We're spending too much time on this.
Oh my gosh, you're wasting the time just because you want me to buy a guitar. When
Not
you said you didn't want more,
no. If
I know
wanted,
you're using this.
if I was to get another guitar right now,
Yeah.
I think I'd want an acoustic, like a nicer acoustic,
Why?
or another acoustic.
You never play acoustic.
I know, but I'd like to
You want to
get
have
back
one.
into it. I'd like to get back into it.
Oh,
I don't know.
okay.
All right, so that was. Oh, I didn't mean to close that tab. What did I just close?
I don't know.
All right. Well, we're taking too much time here.
You're talking a lot. Now you want an acoustic one.
Some bad news from Electro Harmonics.
What is a bad news, or was just his opinion?
Yeah, I think it's just an opinion. It's not necessarily news. EHX is the latest gear company to speak out after the impacts of the new tariffs that begin to be felt across the guitar world. That's scary because, the small builders, we've covered that, have all been speaking out about how it's going to impact them, how it is impacting them. But now Mike Matthews of EHX is saying that what they're referring to as the Trump tax is beginning to be felt across the gear world. So, I'm sure everyone is aware, anybody that's watched the news,
tariffs, yeah.
25% tariffs on imports from Mexico and Canada. They keep taking them off, putting them on, raising the stakes. I don't even know anymore. As of right now, I don't know what percentage is attributed to what countries, imports from which countries, and I don't even know what materials at this point. I think it was steel and aluminum, and then it was all sorts of produce and everything. I don't know. It's so hard to follow at this point. It's like a roller coaster every day. But, we've covered it before.
What is he saying?
This article is actually talking about what we talked about last week, the Morgan Amps thing.
Okay.
Where Morgan Amps already calculated that, price of one of his amps could be $1,000 more.
Yeah, we were talking about that last week.
Because all his materials sourced from Canada. So now Mike Matthews, one of the biggest pedal companies in the world, he says that these new tariffs, let's see, a company that has the inventory to weather the storm for a short time will nonetheless inevitably be affected by ballooning costs as they persist. This is a quote from Mike. We're going to have to continue to buy our raw materials from overseas, even with the tariffs. Trump's policy on tariffs will definitely bring very big companies into America for manufacturing, but small and medium companies, their volume will not be big enough.
Yeah.
So Bloomberg reports, EHX has been repositioning strategy to avoid over-reliance on China, sourcing some components from places such as Taiwan to do so. Furthermore, EHX can afford to delay in immediate shipments from China and owning to its firm's very deep inventories on most pedals we make, but we can ride out the storm. However, this is not a long-term solution because if this goes on for the next several years, or indefinitely, they're one of many companies that they won't be able to get parts eventually. Says not only that, but these tariffs are exacerbated by the fact that EHX owns a vacuum tune factory, which we covered before,
in Russia, yeah.
In Russia, which has a 35% tariff towards imports to America. So given the competition that EHX already has in the pedal market, its first price rising in 2.5 years to absorb the rise. Its first price rise in 2.5 years to absorb the rise in production costs might be too risky. So Mike says, I'll have to scratch my chin to think about it, Can I still make a profit? You sort of just guesstimate, raising your prices. What will that do? Because, you could lose customers. You could, if you're going to spend $150 on a big muff, but the next guy is offering you can get the Hizumitas from Earthquaker Devices, or that new one they put out, the Chelsea, or the Hoof or something. All these other companies offer big muff variants that are not the original thing. They're a different take on the circuit, and you could get those for maybe equal or less or something like that.
Now, the sad thing is that in the same interview, they were talking about the possibility of bringing the circuit board manufacturing in the U.S.
Yeah.
But, he said that will be a really huge investment.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah. If he does that, he would have to be fully invested in being the board manufacturer for everyone else in America. He'd have to build a
he also
massive
said that,
billion-dollar
and I
factory, probably.
quote, he said, an opening have been in the process of trying to sell the company.
No.
I quote what he said.
Oh, man. I'm open and have been in the process of trying to sell the company.
Yeah.
Oh, man. He's been the guy. He started the company, dude.
But he's open to it.
He's old, though.
There's so many things happening.
He should
right
retire.
now.
He really should retire. And we've got other news about EHX coming up here in a second.
Okay.
Man, that sucks.
What
I didn't know he was.
have
I didn't know
about
he was going to sell EHX. I wonder who's going to buy EHX. I mean, JHS would do it, but I don't think he can afford it. Jack White could. Realistically, Jack White could buy EHX.
I don't know.
Which will transition us into.
I don't know how much money they have.
I don't know. Can transition us into the next topic here.
Pretty sure if we win the lottery, you will buy it.
Yeah. Without any knowledge of how this shit works, yeah.
More likely.
All right. So, go over to ehxbook.com.
Okay.
And it's the official website of Made on Earth for Rising Stars, an upcoming book about electroharmonics. Now, this book was announced at least a year ago by Josh Scott of JHS Pedals and Daniel Danger. But they announced this Friday. What was that, yesterday? Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was March 14th, which is known as Pi Day, which in the guitar world is Big Muff Pi Day. So they announced they have a new partner with the book to get it published. It's coming out next year, by the way. Third Man Records with the Third Man Books, I believe is what it's called. Subdivision of Third Man Records, which, it's Jack White's company. So this collaboration between Electroharmonics, JHS, Daniel Danger, and Jack White, essentially, to get this book published. Now,
nice.
Josh Scott and Daniel Danger, they've actively been looking for people's stories. They want to know in the early eras, pretty much from 1968 through the 2000s, they want people's stories. They want you to reach out if you have a unique pedal, because they were doing one-offs for a long time, or special edition colorways. Like, look at this Big Muff photo. Has blue font. That's unusual. This Electric Mistress in this strange colorway. So they're looking for people to contribute to the book.
Okay.
So we need photos of your bands from 1968 to 2008, which sucks for me because I had some rare Electroharmonics pedals when I first started playing guitar. I invested money into eBay purchases that I probably shouldn't have made. And I had a 1976 Big Muff, or not Big Muff, sorry, Memory Man, which is, I believe, the first year of production, 1960. Or did I say 60? 1976. I don't know what number I said originally. 1976 Memory Man. And I believe it was the second graphic that they put on it. It wasn't the original, very first graphic. It was the second version. But it was from the first year, I believe, if not the second year.
And you put it on sale?
And I ended up selling it to help pay my rent when I was like 19.
I was going to say you didn't have money for the Wii.
No.
Was that the case?
No. It was at a point where I was like 19 or 20, and I was living alone, and I was gonna have to inevitably move back in with my parents because it just got too expensive to live by myself.
Okay.
So, that sucks because it says they're looking for stories from 68 to 2008. I didn't actually start playing in bands until probably 2009, 2010. Can't contribute my stories. But yeah, here's their want list.
Oh, that's a long list.
So do you have any information, stories, or photos for the Hall of Science in New York City? They hosted music events and battle of bands, so there surely are interior photos somewhere. Contacts of former employees, especially assemblers and people on the floor.
Okay.
Photos of your band in the 70s to 90s using EHX products and clearly in frame. Photos of your music store with potential displays of EHX products. Almost any ephemera from the 70s and 80s, including convention swag, dealer materials, documents, etc. They're looking for certain units, too, that neither Josh nor Daniel have in their collections, because they both have huge EHX collections.
Okay, what are those units? So
we're not going to go through the whole list, I don't think.
Well, that's a big list.
But they're looking for a polyrhythm from the 80s with certain colorway, EHX digital rack unit, black steel enclosure, an all green Softex Civil War Big Muff,
Hmm.
inverse colorway Ambitron in the 80s, brown and tannies. I saw one of those pop up in that colorway. I remember seeing one that was the tan and brown ink. I don't know where I saw it. One of the guitar groups. I wonder if they managed to get a hold of them about that.
Oh. Okay.
Stereo Memory Man, Lyle Distortion Sustainer, LD Heater Distortion Sustainer, Marvel Tone, Wabash, Lyle. So some of these are the ones that they did when they were doing OEM products before he actually fully launched Electro-Harmonix. They were making pedals for like OEM brands and stuff, like for music shops and stuff.
Okay.
Under different brands. Like I think they did the Guild pedals for a while, the Foxy Lady Fuzz, EHX Ram's Head, BJM Muff variant, 80s Polychorus original that does not say stereo, Devil's Fuzz, I don't know that one, Gianniani Big Muff. Does that says Gianniani? Gianniani.
No.
Giannani. Any Giannani pedals. Sakova Big Muff. Really any foreign pedal from the 70s, 80s that says Muff. So they want to get any kind of clones that were imports. And then let's see who the team is. BFFs Forever. You got Josh Scott and Daniel Danger. So for those that don't, I'm sure everyone that watching this already knows who Josh Scott is. Founder and owner, JHS, Josh Scott. Also host of the JHS show, Short Circuit on YouTube. Daniel Danger, who co-hosts Normal Behavior, Totally Normal Behavior with Josh on the JHS show channel.
Okay.
He's an artist and musician. He's well known for doing like album artwork for people, posters. He's a wide career in different artwork. And a massive EHX fan. So he owns the company Tiny Media Empire.
Okay.
Daniel Epstein, I don't know who that is. Award-winning journalist, pop culture historian, and avid baseball fan who has written for Rolling Stone, Spin Magazine, Men's Journal, Los Angeles Times, USA Today, Moho, Guitar World, Revolver, LA Weekly. He's been everywhere, apparently.
Okay,
so
and
that's
then
cool.
Third Man Records?
Yep, Third Man Records, which is owned by Jack White, operated in Detroit, and currently in Nashville. Okay. So it moved from Detroit to Nashville, looks like. Okay. Which houses a record store, Novelties Lounge, featuring Third Man Record Booth, which is where you can record, and if I remember correctly, you can record an album there and then press it to vinyl the same day. Label offices and distribution center, photo studio, and the world's only live venue with direct to... Okay, I just said that. Okay, yeah. Direct to acetate recording. Third Man Books is dedicated to publishing the best in poetry, fiction, speculative fiction, SF and F. What is that? Science fiction and fiction. And nonfiction with the same diversity and award-winning design that are hallmarks of our partner company.
Hey, they should publish me.
You think they'll publish you?
I'm just saying they should publish me.
Yeah, there you go. Reach out.
Okay.
So that's cool. That's really all I got on that one. But interesting to see what they got going on with that. Looks like the book is scheduled to come out sometime next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else do you have today?
Gretsch. I've seen this one pop up lately, and I paid no attention to it. I didn't pay any attention to it. I didn't think it was. I just thought it was ads for a guitar. I didn't realize it was like a new limited edition.
What?
So it's Gretsch. Looks like this is a Guitar Center exclusive.
What's that brand?
Gretsch? Yeah, Gretsch.
Is that like well known?
Yeah.
Oh.
Been around forever. They do guitars, amps. Well, I don't know if they still do amps, but every once in a while they have some amps.
Okay.
Drums.
Okay.
Fender owns them, pretty sure.
Really?
I don't know if they still do. Look it up.
Okay.
I've had a Gretsch.
No.
Oh, it does not own a Gretsch. Okay. It has the rights to develop, build, market, and distribute Gretsch guitars, but it is still owned by the Gretsch family. Is that correct? That's an AI answer. I don't know.
No, but that's what it says. That's so weird.
Yeah. See, I always thought that they owned Gretsch because they
How is that making
developed their
sense,
designs
though?
and stuff.
They had the right to develop, build, market, distribute.
They just don't have
but
full ownership of the company. Like the
it
Gretsch
still
family still
belongs
owns it.
to the
That makes
family.
sense. Okay.
Okay. Like a partnership?
Yeah, it's partnership. I always assumed it was full ownership. Because Gretsch guitars use, well, their traditional lineup had the Filtertron style pickups, which the Cabernita Telecaster I have back there. The pickups that are in that,
Yeah.
they're a take on. They call them Fidelitrons in the Fender guitars,
Okay.
but the Gretsch ones are called Filtertrons. My Jaguar has a Filtertron, like an actual Gretsch Filtertron, a vintage one in the neck pickup. That gold one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I had a Gretsch acoustic years ago,
Was
like
it
a
good?
parlor. It was a parlor guitar. Yeah. I ended up gifting that to my former roommate for his birthday.
Is
one
this an
year.
acoustic guitar? No,
No,
this is not
it's
an
a
acoustic
semi-hollow
guitar.
body.
Okay.
It might be fully hollow. I think it's a semi.
But that color,
I like that.
that is a really nice color.
That was nice.
Yeah.
So let's see.
$549, $99.
The full name on this guitar is the Gretsch Streamliner Cat Eye Center Block Black Hardware Limited Edition Electric Guitar Olive Drab. That's a terrible way of.
That's a long name.
That's a long name. It's kind of. Oh, and you could pick it up in Tempe, Arizona, in stock right now.
Oh my gosh! You see, I knew it. You want another guitar?
All right, let's see what they got.
Oh my god!
The Gretsch Streamliner Cat Eye Center Block Limited Edition electric guitar combines vintage Gretsch style with modern performance, delivering an instrument that is both visually striking and sonically powerful. With its olive drab finish and exclusive cat eye F-holes, this limited edition model is designed for players who crave more than just the ordinary. Featuring all-new Broadtron BT3S pickups, chambered center block, and black hardware, this guitar provides rich, full sound and increased sustain that Gretsch players expect, while offering excellent feedback rejection and lightweight comfort for today's guitarist. So these Broadtron BT3S, they just look like the regular humbuckers to me. They might be like pretty hot pickups or something. This is their powerful, versatile tone. Combination of Alnico 5 and Alnico 2 magnets deliver strong mids, tight lows, and smooth, clear highs, making this guitar ideal for rock, blues, and more. There are individual pickup volume controls and a master volume and master tone. I don't see the need to have a master volume if each pickup has an independent volume.
I don't know.
And a 3-way toggle switch, players have the complete control over shaping their sound. Chambered center block for lightweight. So it's arch laminate maple body, features a chambered center block design, balancing rich resonant tone with lightweight comfort. Innovative center block provides attack and sustain while offering excellent feedback rejection. I love when they just repeat themselves in these descriptions. V-shaped stop tail bridge, or tailpiece, sorry. It looks cool. So it looks like it's made of maple. Fretboard, I'm going to guess is, it's laurel for the fretboard. So it's not rosewood. Synthetic bone, I'm assuming, for the, does it say anywhere? Do you see anything on the nut? No. 22 frets. Made in China. That's what I thought. I think all Gretsch guitars these days are made in China, because every once in a while, it seems like really regularly, some of their models come up for like $199, $299, and they always look really cool. But yeah, they are made in China, so there's probably going to be a lot of like quality control issues with their lower end ones.
Go down.
This one?
No. The single cod. Wait, Bigsby?
This one?
The last one.
The last one.
$899.99.
That's nice.
Beautiful.
The Electromatic. When I was in high school, one of my classmates had an Electromatic, and the body is almost as thick as an acoustic guitar.
Really?
It's really thick.
It looks beautiful though.
Yeah, they're great sounding instruments. He didn't have this model. He had a cheaper model than that.
Oh wow.
And this was like 15 years ago. Those guitars were probably like $600 then. So I wonder if this probably isn't that much of a step up from the one that he had. So $900 now. Yeah, Gretsch guitars are still fairly affordable.
It seems like it. I mean,
yeah.
it's still expensive, but they are affordable.
I thought this was the one you were talking about, this Upphone Casino, because we saw that one at Guitar Center the day that we got the Les Paul, and I probably would have picked that one up next if I didn't see the Les Paul.
Really?
I've had my eye on this one for a long time. Because it shows up on Musician's Friend. No, it shows up every once in a while on Musician's Friend for like $3.99 or something.
I knew it was coming. I just knew it was coming. It sounded like it was coming.
Anyway, should we move on?
Yeah. Yeah.
This one I don't really know anything about. Revv Amps out of Canada. They are announcing the
$18.99.
The D25 Joey Landreth edition.
Okay.
So I don't really know Revv Amps all that well. I know they do like a high gain thing really well. We've covered some of their pedals in the past. Yeah, $1,900 for this thing. $18.99. Sorry.
Custom aesthetic.
We're thrilled to introduce the D25 Joey Landreth edition, which boasts a custom aesthetic, new voicing, and a Celestion G12H-75 creamback speaker. The D25 is crafted to address the challenges and eliminate the obstacles between you and your music while also delivering exceptional sound quality. Okay. I said I don't really know Revv amps all that well. This kind of looks like it's probably like a Fender style amp.
I don't know.
Let's see. So you have a 25 watt / 5 watt all tube combo. So it looks like you can switch between the wattage.
Okay.
With integrated virtual cab / IR loading. Oh wow, that's cool. Okay.
What else does he have on the features though?
Voiced in collaboration with Joey Landreth, which I gotta be honest, he's a big name. Him and his brother.
But who is it though?
The bros Landreth. They I don't know their music. I should because their name is everywhere. The band is everywhere. I don't know if they do like Americana rock. I don't know if they're like a straightforward rock band or a blues band. I know Joey Landreth plays expensive gear, and he is. I've heard that he has a great guitar tone. The guys from Mythos Pedals talk about him all the time.
Landreth?
Yeah. I don't know anything about them. I've never listened to them. I got to be honest.
I've never seen this guy though.
So I can't have an impression of like what this is gonna sound like in my head.
Dude, but he has been on the Bros Landreth since 2012.
Yeah, I know.
It's been a long
heard.
time.
I think I've heard that name since probably 2014, but like I've never checked them out. In my mind, I don't know why, because the name, it's the brothers.
Yeah.
Bros Landreth. In my mind, I just think of the band, the Avett Brothers. And I imagine in my mind they sound like the Avett Brothers. I don't know.
You don't know that.
And I don't know that. I don't know that at all. But in my mind, that's the sound that I imagine. But I've never really taken the time.
Oh, but they are like alternative country and folk music.
So like the Avett Brothers.
I don't know the other ones. I don't know how they play.
I've seen the Avett Brothers live, and they were great. But yeah, I don't have an opinion of this because I don't know their music. And I don't know the sound that this is supposed to have. I think he usually plays like 2 rock amplifiers, which are very expensive, handcrafted, hand-wired. He does have a Mythos signature pedal.
Okay.
I know that. But I don't know anything else about him.
Okay.
So you get 6 virtual cabinets, optional MIDI support for 128 presets, mono XLR output for reactive load and impulse response routing, foot switchable gain, boost, and digital reverb, 3-band EQ, volume, level controls, pre and post gain boost, buffered real panel effects loop, 5 watt power attenuator. So this seems like a great all-in-one, like you could play live with it, you could tour with it, you could probably take it in the studio for all these, these virtual cabinets and stuff.
Okay.
And you have an all-in-one unit that you don't have to use a digital modeler pedal. You don't need VST amps and stuff. You don't need plugins. You can just do everything right from this amp, it seems like. What was the price on this again?
I don't know, $1,000 something.
Almost $2,000.
Well, $1,899.
I guess that seems fair for what it is. That seems like the right price for that. Which,
I don't
speaking
know,
of
but
which,
we will say it is.
you have the
I say I don't know, but we will say it is the right.
All right, let's get one. Speaking of the XLR out, I was very disappointed. So I did use.
Oh God! Here
I did use my. We talked about it in what was the last week, or the week before. I recently did a trade.
Oh.
Got rid of my Ibanez Artist. And in return, I got a Fender bass breaker amp.
Yeah.
And it sounds good to me. Sounds great in the room. I have no problems with it. I know there's a lot of complaints about it online about they stacked 3 PCBs on top of each other, and if you wanted to repair this amp, if it broke down, it's essentially a disposable amp. You can't really repair it. You could, technically, but it takes like 45 minutes just to get the circuit boards out and separated from each other.
Okay.
So people refer to this as being a garbage disposable amp. But the sound is good. There's nothing wrong with the way this sounds. I prefer it over any of the other amps in this room, except for I love the clean sound on the Roland Jazz Cores.
Okay.
So I went to record that Les Paul video, and I plugged in the XLR output on this thing into the interface, and the sound was so weak. And there's a pad switch, so I pressed that, or a ground lift or something, and I selected that, and still just very weak sound. It also, I thought for some reason, because I've had amps that do this, that when you plug in a line output, it silences the speaker. That's not the case here. So you still get the speaker in the room, which wasn't a problem.
Okay.
But plugging the XLR, it wasn't working right. It's way too quiet. The tone was good when I turned it up. I had to turn up the gain, which created like a hiss in the background. So I could get it to work, but then it was just going to be too noisy to do, like anything with as far as recording.
Okay. So you didn't like it?
So as far as that line output, it doesn't work. And I Googled it later, and it said, like, it's never been good on this amp. There's nobody that has ever had a good experience with the line out on this particular amp.
Okay.
So
would you say now that was a good tray?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I ended up just miking it up with an SM57, and it sounded great. Which is funny, because I went through this whole journey with the we've talked about it endlessly at this point, like trying to do modeling with the Boss GX10, which was garbage. I'm glad I got rid of that thing. Tried with the plug-in amps, and it doesn't sound as good to me. So I am gonna just stick with miking up an amp. The whole thing I've been trying to avoid for months. Just gonna stick with it. So that's my story.
Okay.
But an amp like this, if you're paying $1,900 for this Joey Landreth amp, I'm sure
probably
the XLR output works.
We would like to say that it's good.
Yeah, I'm sure the speaker emulation is probably good in that thing. Want to move on?
Yeah.
Okay. We have the Octosi from Keeley, once again. They had 1 of 1 editions. So they put out
1 of 1?
Mm-hmm. So they put out a bunch of different colorways.
Ooh.
And there's only 1 of each available, and they're all gone.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. And these were $299.
They should be expensive.
Yeah.
If it's just 1 of 1 available.
Yeah. So they got white with red lettering. Oh, red and blue. That's kind of cool. Green with white and blue. Purple with a lighter purple and white. What else we got? Red with blue and white. Like a magenta. What'd you call that? With gray?
I don't know.
Is that the same color? Is it different? A little bit different.
Same color.
Different color text. That one's cool. I like that sand color with like the brown and blue. So it doesn't matter because they're all gone. They might do another batch. They do a lot of small batches. Yeah, but these were $300, so those came out this week and were gone immediately. Let's see.
Okay, so you say we have a couple more.
So, Tuesday Experiments. We talked about this when they teased that it was going to be coming out. And we both talked about like, oh man, that looks really cool.
It does.
So it is out now. It is
But it's out of stock.
It's out of stock, yeah. Looks like it's batch 1 is shipping in early April, and I thought I saw something earlier. Maybe it was on Instagram, something about when the next batch is coming out. But so this is the EXP 14138, the stack. So we finally learned what it is.
What is it?
Looks like it's a 2-in-1. You got a fuzz on one side and a drive on the other.
Okay.
I want to know, is this a switch or is this a wheel? Oh, it's a switch.
It's a switch.
It says beef. Stack is a dual circuit pedal featuring 2 distinctive overdrive distortion circuits. You get a wide range of tonal options. Oh man, my mouth's so dry. Silverside, and you don't let me drink anything anymore during the show.
It's not that I don't let him drink, because here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
It freaks me out. No.
All right, just tell
you, because you eliminate the noises for people, so people doesn't have to listen to this. But I had to listen to, and in the microphone, all the.
Oh God! But I move away from the microphone. How do you still hear it?
Do I hear it? I literally hear it. It makes me want to gag every time I hear it. I know you eliminate the noises for the people, but I still have to listen to it. So I'm here like trying to look at the pictures or whatever you're showing me, and at the same time I'm hearing this.
Ooh.
Dude, it sounds disgusting. It's not that I don't let you drink anymore. It's that you had this bad habit. If you're drinking coffee, you do that, or you do this.
Stop doing it, because then we're gonna lose all our. Everyone stopped watching just now.
I'm explaining why I ask you not to do.
Somebody's driving down the road in their car, listening to this through the speakers, and all they hear is that, and then they turn it off immediately.
It's disgusting, though.
Anyway, so the Silverside comes first and is based on the classic overdrive circuit, on a classic overdrive circuit with a mid-range bump. Next is the Black Side, a custom-designed circuit just for this pedal. The Black Side utilizes soft clipping op-amp boost into a JFET distortion. The Black Side can get into more of a distortion fuzz territory compared to the Silverside. Lastly, both circuits utilize the beef toggle, which adds some low-end back to your signal and changes some of the distortion characteristics as a result.
Okay.
This guy is $250 US.
It looks
and
cool.
What else can we say? Nice Gorva enclosure. Has those cool rounded edges that the Gorvas have.
But you can still order it, right? Or no?
No, you could just get the notification when they become available. And I'm sure these will probably sell out. The next batch will probably sell out pretty quick. Okay.
What else do you have?
Last one of the night.
Okay.
Now, I think this technology has already been around, but they have a smaller version now.
Okay.
So this is the Synergy SYN-20IR 20-watt 3-channel tube head.
Okay.
So as you notice, there's a big gap right here in the center of it. I noticed that.
Why?
Yep. Because they are modular amplifiers. There are little modules you can plug in and get different amp sounds out of them.
But then you had to buy them separately?
You got to buy them separately.
Of course.
Yeah. But you get a 3-toggle foot switch for the channels.
Okay.
Looks like you have a USB cable here, power cable, and I want to say it's a MIDI cable. It's hard to tell.
But okay. Here's my thing. Mm-hmm. That's $999.99.
Yes.
Right?
And you cannot use it by itself.
Correct. You cannot use it by itself. Mm-hmm. How much is one of those things that you can put on it?
Let's find out here in a second. Let's go through some of the specs real quick on this back panel.
Okay.
You have an effects loop.
Okay.
You can plug in a bunch of different speaker options here. You know, 16 ohms, your 8 ohms, 4 ohms. Which it looks like there's outputs for dual cabinets as well if you're doing the 4 or 8 ohms. I don't want to be incorrect in that, so we'll read it later. But there's a headphone output. You get the balanced XLR output with a ground lift, and then MIDI output, USB output, of course your power supply input. Okay. Hot new item on the way, estimated about May 25th or May 2025. All right. It looks like the preamps are all $399 for a bunch of $399. Now I believe Philip McKnight has the larger version of this where you can plug in multiple modules, so you can just switch back and forth. I'm on this amp and now I'm on this amp, which is cool if you're in the studio. You want like a Marshall sound and then you want to jump over to a Fender sound.
But I'm talking about the day-to-day people, though. I can see if you are in a studio, that can be like, that can be nice to use, right?
Yeah.
But if you're a day-to-day person, not in a studio, you don't have any of that, you might as well just buy an amp that you like.
Yeah.
Because $399 for that plus $999.
I see this as being more of an investment for saving space rather than having a bunch of like one of each, like one Marshall, one Fender, one Orange, one whatever.
No, I understand that part.
Yeah.
But that's expensive.
Yeah. So these preamps are all $399 each. They got the Uberschall, which is like your metal heavy, high gain. They got a PV6505. Let's see what else we got. Something called the Powerball. Something called the OS. There's a diesel one.
Baby, the only Powerball that I want is a lottery ticket.
Yeah. They have a Morgan one. So if you look at this, these are actual brand names on these amps too. So these are designed in partnership with like the actual amps that you are.
So what you're saying is that you will buy one of those?
Nah.
That's a big investment.
You got a Bassman.
Why is the Synergy
Angle.
one the what's that? BAI?
Steve I.
Why is that a different in color?
Because Steve I is a colorful guy.
Oh.
All his equipment is always super bright and colorful.
All of them are black minus this one.
Yeah. I like the concept. It reminds me of back in the day, Devi Ever Effects started developing God, I think she was going to call it the console. And it was a pedal where you could plug in different, like almost like Game Boy style cartridges, like little Game Boy cartridges, almost like, like your old school Nintendos and stuff. And each one would give you a completely different effect. And then the knobs would be reactive based on whatever effect you plugged in. And that ended up being a failed project. And that actually, I think, caused Debbie Ever to lose. I think we might have talked about that once before. But it was, they got in over their head on the whole project and essentially wasn't able to fulfill a lot of people's investment on it. And, didn't go well. Debbie Ever has since relaunched the company like last year, but was gone for a very long time, had to sell all the rights to all the pedals to other builders and stuff. It's just been a mess. But that was the first attempt I had ever seen at like a console style thing, like a modular unit like that. Line 6 also did one at one point. They had the Tone Core series, where it was like this big like Boss style pedal, like whereas you had the foot switch that you press down.
Yeah.
But then the effect was a different module you can put in there. And I had one of those, and it was super heavy. And I only ever had one module for it. I never had multiple modules. But when I first bought the module, I was like 16, 17. And I thought I was ordering the whole thing. Because in the pictures on the website, it was in the pedal. So I had this module with no way to use it for at least a year or two before I finally got a hold of one of the foot switches. And I think I bought the foot switch used because I knew they were like $60 or something just for the enclosure with the switch. And I had that for a long time, but I had the Roto Machine, which was like a rotary speaker emulator, which at the time I think was like one of the most advanced rotary speaker pedals.
Yeah.
That technology has been, surpassed by now. But there have been several attempts over the years of different companies doing like a cartridge style thing like that. I think Cooper Effects also did it with the arcade at one point. I don't remember. But yeah, so modular amp seems to make sense. It's just it's really expensive.
That's really expensive though.
Yeah.
What is that all together? Like 1,400? Like if you want the one amp
before taxes, you're looking at 1,400.
Yeah.
Cool idea, not for me.
Dude, I was gonna ask you, did you listen to the guy that sent you that message on Instagram? Oh.
So somebody messaged us through
Instagram.
The podcast Instagram.
Yeah.
And it was a message request. So somebody reached out. They wanted to see if we wanted to connect and then play one of their tracks or something, give them some airplay. But unfortunately, that's just not something we do on the channel. I guess I'll say the name. Okay, it's the Elephant March is the name of the band. If people want to check them out.
Yeah.
So no hard feelings to these guys. I don't want to offend them or anything. It's just we don't really do this kind of thing.
I mean, we talk about music gear.
Yeah, we talk about gear for the most part. And like I said, we do news. We do news. And I don't really want us to be... I don't want us to start playing submitted tracks from people.
Yeah.
Because that is what 60 Cycle Hum does. And we're not trying to copy somebody else.
No.
Because they always play a submitted track at the end of every episode. which is really cool. I think it's a really cool concept.
It's really nice, though.
But if we do that, we
then
look
we will
like
be
we're
taking
just
something
copying
away
their
from
thing.
from someone that is already doing it.
Yeah,
though.
and we don't want to do that. That's why we don't do reverb listings or, criticize used gear ads and stuff. Like, we don't do that.
Because that's more like 60 cycle.
Exactly.
Which is totally fine.
Yeah,
it's
and
really
they do
fun.
it really well, and they do it in a really funny, entertaining way.
Yeah.
And other people have kind of done the same concept, and nobody does it quite like they do.
No, they are like so good at it. Like,
yeah,
it's always on your mind. Like, even me sometimes when I'm looking through Instagram and I see something stupid, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I would be perfect for 60 cycle home. Like that's just the thing.
I like what they do because they're all submitted by viewers, and then they have 3 per episode, and then they have to decide which one is the winner, and then they give away a gift card or whatever.
That
to
is
whoever
really
wins.
cool, though.
I actually won once. It was pretty cool. But I don't want to copy anything that anybody else is doing like that. So again, we don't want to offend these guys.
But if the people wants to listen to them, that's totally fine.
And the couple of snippets that I listened to were good. They were bad. But like I said, their profile. They have stuff on here that looks like, and they might not be AI generated. They could just be animations that they have made, and I don't want to offend them if they put effort into making these animations.
Of course.
And like I said, I just glanced at it real quick. I didn't have time really to go through the whole thing. It looks like they have some merchandise. Looks like they've been around a little while too.
The thing is, funny enough, you got the message like right when we were about to plan what we were going to talk today on the podcast, which was today.
So they got 633 followers. PBJFX follows them.
Okay. So someone knows it.
That's an Arizona-based pedal company, so that's cool.
That is really cool.
So they're based out of Northwest Indiana, so yeah. Cool. Yeah. They got a new album coming out on 4/20. So I don't know. It was cool that somebody reached out to us about that.
That's really
though.
nice.
So I think that's the first legitimate time that anybody has reached out to us trying to endorse something for them. So that's pretty cool. So wish you guys luck with the album. Yeah. Cool. Other than that, I think that's just about it for the night.
Yeah, I think that's all we have.
That's all we really have. Let's see.
If you want to keep listening to me learning to play the guitar, then cool.
Yeah. Are you planning on doing like one a week or just every so often?
I don't know yet. I don't know. I'm still need to practice. Like I want to practice a little bit before the next one because literally the first video was just me tuning the guitar.
Yeah.
That was the first video.
Yeah.
If you didn't watch it, that's what it was.
I don't know if it would be appropriate for this channel, but we can, if people are interested in it, we could start doing it. But like what we were doing previously was because you have used pedals, but not on guitar.
Yeah, I haven't used pedals on guitars. I have used it on other things. And I have an electric, God, what's the name? Kalimba.
Yeah.
And I love using the pedals on the Kalimba.
Yeah.
Though.
So
that's the thing.
Kat's usual setup is we'll set up the looper.
Yeah.
And we'll have the kalimba running through pedals into the looper, but then we'll have a microphone also plugged into the looper, and that'll be picking up her singing bowls, shakers, you have a rain stick, other little small hand percussion and stuff, and you'll loop through that.
Yeah.
And your ukuleles and stuff. So I don't know if that's something people want to see on this channel. We could do it. It's we are the Bad Guitarist podcast, and it's a guitar channel.
About guitar channel.
But,
like it doesn't have anything to do with the kalimba or anything like that.
Yeah, but it's it's pedal content and stuff. So if people want to see that on this channel, we could do it, or maybe we could just start another of just based around that kind of stuff.
Oh my gosh, no.
Like a performance channel or something.
I'm just saying, if you want to give yourself a chance to watch me learn the guitar, more likely you're going to be listening to Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. That's completely honest with you.
Yeah. But no, your first video I think was okay.
Did we learn how to tune?
Well, I like the part where you're holding up the guitar with the tuner facing the camera, and you're like, look everybody, this is how I tune the guitar, and it wasn't turned on. It wasn't even turned on. So that part was funny, but you were having fun through the whole thing.
I asked you, like, is this still on or off?
And I said, did you press and hold the button? And you're
like,
what
button?
You're like, yeah.
I thought the screen was the button. That's the thing, though. You're like, do you press the button? Not like just looking at the screen, pressing the screen. I didn't know there was a button.
Well, everything's touchscreen these days, so it's an easy mistake.
Okay.
But yeah, if you guys want to go and support Kat's videos as she starts uploading those,
that's fine. I'm having fun.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was doing all right. We ended up recording. We finished the recording last night.
Yeah.
Because you did it all in one take from start to finish, I was able to just cut off the beginning and the end where we're starting and stopping the camera. Overlaid. When you're talking about Lenny Kravitz, I overlaid Lenny Kravitz over top of you. You transition really into being Lenny Kravitz for a second, and then you transition back into being yourself. So overall, it's like 15 minutes from start to finish. So I was able to edit the whole thing in a couple of minutes. We got the thumbnail made. So we uploaded it as soon as we were done last night. So we didn't really give it any exposure. You know, usually we do like daytime releases, but
I mean,
so it's probably not up there with a whole lot of views. Not yet. So please, go check it out.
Here goes nothing.
Here goes nothing.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So if you guys want to go and support that, that's cool.
If not, then that's cool. I don't know. Go smoke a joint. I don't know. Do whatever you want.
So aside from that, my Les Paul video came out this week.
Yep.
Next week, if Kat's doing her video, you'll see that. Obviously, this video will be out on a Sunday, as we usually try to. Worst case scenario comes out on Monday. So I don't know which one I'm doing this upcoming week. I don't know what piece of gear. What do you suggest?
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
All I can think now is just Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Yeah.
That's all I have in my mind, if people can believe that.
I don't even think I've heard that song in so long.
What?
Yeah. Well, our son doesn't listen to like that kind of nursery rhymes.
No, but
stuff,
I was thinking about like heavy metal.
Twinkle, twinkle. Are you gonna sing too? Put a distortion pedal on your voice, and that'll be metal.
I should just do it just to mess with that. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, run that through the looper too.
That would be so funny.
All right, everybody. So I think that's just about it. This was episode 31. You know, I was gonna say too.
Oh my gosh.
Because just
say goodbye.
Well, I was gonna say Saturday is my day. Saturday is my day that to start my work day, I have to drive an hour away from home to start my day on the weekends.
True.
Because that's just my routine is I have to go pretty far out on Saturdays. So I listen to 60 Cycle Hum's episode that they put out on Monday. I listened to that on Saturday. And that's a good like hour and a half. And then as soon as I'm done with that, I switch over to whatever other podcast is out, Dipped in Tone, or today was 40 Watt Podcast.
Okay.
And these guys always have like a tagline at the end. And we don't have one. We're just like, bye, everybody. But like...
What's their tagline?
What could we say?
What's their tagline?
I don't know.
You say they have a tagline. What's the tagline?
Like 60 Cycle Hum is stay grounded.
Stay grounded?
40 Watt Podcast, he has like a whole little thing that he says, be excellent to each other or something. I don't know exactly what he says.
Be excellent
to each other. No, it's not what he says, but but he has like a good thing.
I don't see ourselves saying something like that.
Even like regular YouTubers have like a little thing. Like Mike Cole is Mike Cole, and his videos are like, everybody, most importantly, have a great night. Like, he has like a funny little thing he says at the end. I don't know if Rhett Scholl still says it, but Rhett Scholl used to be like, there is no plan B. So, we don't have one. And we need one.
Do we need one?
Like, we're the Bad Guitarist Podcast. Just be bad until you're good. I don't know.
Oh, my God. Never mind.
I don't know.
Here goes nothing.
I think we should start thinking about how to end this in a nice way that's going to be memorable for people. And they'll be like, yeah, I will have a good day, I don't know. We don't have one today, so we're just going to say goodbye. But
bye.
Bye. And we'll see you next week.
I guess so.